Hello BookTube, hello friends, welcome to Lizziefaye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth. Hopefully by now you have seen my recent book haul video, which was Cozy Mysteries. And I think since I've been doing a good bit of book shopping lately, not only library book sales, but I kind of made the rounds of the local used bookstores and things like that, and I have come home with not only a lot of books to resell, but quite a few that I want to keep and read. And I thought I would just go ahead and at least break it up into two. And now that I'm looking at what I have left, which is, I don't even know, altogether it was more than 75 books, probably closer to 100. And so I think in this video, rather than try to show you everything else, it's already late in the day, and I'm pretty sure I can get a portion done, and then over the next couple of days I will try to film the rest of the parts, because I have, I think what I'll do today is middle grade, and I'm going to call it a middle grade video, but there is a couple of YA and a couple of children's picture books, so basically anything for, everything I have for people who are not adults, geared towards people who are not adults. I'm an adult. I'm going to read, all of these if I can, so, it's not that adults can't read them, but you know what I'm talking about. The target audience is, kids on up to teens. And then I will have some nonfiction, and then probably at that point I can do everything else. Or I don't know, I might take out my memoir and do some kind of a memoir type video, because I've kind of been in the mood to talk about celebrity memoir books and things like that. Maybe I'll put the romances and the other random nonfiction and stuff like that together in a miscellaneous video. I don't know. We'll just see how it all plays out. But I have enough stuff here for a full video. So let me start with the children's books and we'll work on up. So I bought these at the bookstore where I work. I don't know if there's more in the set than this, but I gravitate towards anything Muppet, mainly because as a younger person, one of my first performance jobs at Disney had to do with the Muppets. I got to see Jim Henson in person. I didn't really meet him personally. There was a whole group of us who were learning the first live-action Muppet show that was performed at the Disney MGM Studios back in 1990 and 91, and I was in that, and then we did another outdoor live show a couple years later, and I was in that as well. So I really do just gravitate towards anything Muppets. So when I found these children's books at the store where I work, I decided to go ahead and pick them up. So these are Muppet Babies books. We have Count With Me, we have Big Enough, and Head to Toe. I'm going to guess that there are more than these three, and if I ever run across any more, I will grab them, but I just wanted to collect them, at least for now. And then I was going to save this one for my nonfiction video, but I decided since I'm showing you Muppet stuff, I may as well go ahead and show you this one too. I found this just the other day at a big library book sale that I went to that was fill-a-bag for $3. This is a biography geared toward younger readers. It's called The Story of Jim Henson, Creator of the Muppets. It is by Stephanie St. Pierre. And there are a few pictures, so that's cool. There's maybe, I'm not coordinated enough to show them to you, but anyway, there's like 4 or 5 pages of pictures. It is it's a pretty old book, and of course Jim Henson passed away while we were rehearsing that show in 1990. This was published in 1991, so it was after his death. So I would love to read that. And then I didn't really get any other children's storybooks that I'm going to show you. I did pick up a couple that I'm going to give to Emily, but I didn't bring those in here. So I picked up 3 Star Wars themed books the other day at the library sale that I went to. I don't read Star Wars books really, but I own a few that I hope to read and plan to read at some point. I love to watch Star Wars, all the things. In fact, my husband and I right now are watching on Disney Plus everything Star Wars in timeline order. And we're only on season 4 of the Clone Wars. So we are just really still at the beginning, practically, of all the Star Wars that there is out there. But anyway, I've got a Luke Skywalker book that is kind of like this, and it came in a sleeve, and I suspect that this probably originally came in a sleeve as well. But this is Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then it's hardcover, and then I've got these 2 paperback books. This is kind of similar to the Obi-Wan Kenobi, but this one's Darth Vader. And then this one is not from that series. This is called The Lost City of the Jedi. It is by Paul Davids and Hollis Davids. So there's what it looks like. Now, there are lots and lots of Star Wars books, full-length novels for adults, but I have not ever read any of those. I do own a few novelizations of the original Star Wars movies. I think I probably have one for all 3 of episodes 4, 5, and 6. But I haven't read them yet. I don't know. But anyway, these are geared towards kids, so maybe I would be more likely to get these read. Okay. Then here is a book I have read and loved, and I own the rest of the series, and I did not have a copy of book 1. It's The City of Ember. It's the first book in the, I guess it's The City of Ember, or Story of Ember, or Book of Ember. I think the series is called The Book of Ember, and it is a dystopian futuristic series that I really, really enjoy. It is by Jean Duprow, I believe, and maybe Dupro, I'm not sure. Anyway, very, very good. And then I got this at the store where I work. I had to pick it up. It's by Janet Tashian, My Life as a YouTuber. Have y'all ever heard of this? I'll let you know how it is. Then I picked up a 39 Clues book. I think I've read this one, but I only had book 4 in this series, and this is book 1. So I thought I would just go ahead and try to collect all 4 of this spin-off series of the 39 Clues. This spin-off series is called Double Cross. This book 1 is called Mission Titanic. It's by Jude Watson. Those are on audio on Hoopla, and most of 39 Clues is on Hoopla if you have any interest in them. I think it's a fantastic series. You learn so much about history and geography in this really action-packed series. And, is it realistic? No, but very, very entertaining. All right, so this is an old book. I picked this up because I have what I think is probably the first book in this series, and I remember reading it as a kid. The one I have is called The Dog on Barkham Street, and this is called The Explorer of Barkham Street, and it's by Mary Stoltz. I have not reread A Dog on Barkham Street since I grabbed a copy of it several years ago because I remembered it from my childhood. I don't think I owned it as a child, but I remember reading it. Probably got it from the library. And then I grabbed these 2 books by Gordon Corman because on a recent live stream, I think it was on Sarah's channel, The Bookish Knitter, or maybe Tiffany, the Beachbum Bookworm, but we were talking about Gordon Corman, and Sarah was talking, I think it was Sarah that mentioned that her husband had read books from the Bruno and Boots series a long time ago, and I have read several Gordon Corman books, but I had never heard of this series. So I found these 2 books by Gordon Corman and decided to pick them up. This is one of the Bruno and Boots books. I think it's number 5 or 6. MacDonald Hall Goes Hollywood. Anyway, I would probably prefer to start with book 1, but since I had never heard of it and they spoke highly of the series, I thought I would grab it. And then I think I probably pulled this out of the same box and decided to go ahead and grab it too. This is called Son of the Mob by Gordon Corman, and it is the first in a duology by him. And then another book I got because of the Newbery Award. One of my all-time favorite Newbery winning books is by Sid Fleischman. It's called The Whipping Boy, and it is delightful. I just love that book. When I was a sub, I used to read it when I had a class that was the right age, like 3rd or 4th grade. I would read it aloud, and it was so much fun. Anyway, every time I see books by Sid Fleischman, I tend to pick them up if I've not read them, and I grabbed this one. It's called Jim Ugly. I don't know anything about it, but I decided to go ahead and pick it up. And then a while back, I found these 2 paperback books. I think I got these at my own local library at a book sale. And it says that they are part of the Quilt Trilogy by Anne Rinaldi. And so I thought that I had picked up books 2 and 3 and that I didn't have book 1. But now that I'm looking at these, I'm not sure, because it looks like this one is called A Stitch in Time, and I think that, this is book 1. Anyway, I have this one also, The Blue Door. There's 3 of them. Obviously, it says it's a quilt trilogy, so I knew I needed one more. And when I was at the most recent library book sale, I ran across this, but I realized it is also the same book, A Stitch in Time. It's book 1. So I will probably let this go and just keep working to try to find a paperback copy of the one I'm missing in that series. Then I also picked this one up because of Newbery, because I've been reading all the Newbery winners. That drew me to Dicey's Song by Cynthia Voigt, and I have read some of the others in that Tillerman saga, and plan to read more, but now whenever I see anything by Cynthia Voigt, I tend to pick it up. So I found this one a while back, The Calendar Papers. I'm pretty sure I can get this on audio, and I didn't have a copy of it, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. And then this one is a Newbery Honor book. I don't know anything about it. It's called A String in the Harp by Nancy Bond, and I just decided to go ahead and grab it. It's kind of lengthy, but it's a really pretty book, so I'm happy to have that. And then also a Newbery Honor book that I picked up is called Abel's Island by William Steig. And I don't know anything about it, but I probably got it in like a fill-a-bag situation and decided to grab it. All right. I have one book that is probably more of a YA book, and I didn't even know this existed. I've read the entire Illuminae trilogy by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and somewhere I ran across this little booklet. Basically, it says that it is an Illuminae Files novella, and I didn't even know that they made novellas in print form. Usually I have to go on my Kindle to find the point books, the short stories and novellas and things like that. So I was really excited to find this in print. I don't even own the rest of the Illuminae files, but I've read them all and I enjoyed them, and so I decided to pick this up. All right, so the rest of the books that I'm going to show you are either faith-based or Amish-themed. Not all of them are Amish-themed, but I think they are all faith-based, except perhaps this one, although it might be. It's called Plain Girl by Virginia Sorensen. But I don't know that this one is faith-based. It's published by Scholastic, but it is about a Amish girl who is going, I guess, to a public school. And so I'm interested to read this and see how it goes for her. I also have some Amish books that are all written by an author named Sarah Yoder, which is a fairly common Amish name. So I'm going to guess that she is Amish, or at least has Amish family members. And these are also written for young people. I found these at the library book sale that I went to recently. A couple of them look like they might be part of a series, but I'm not sure. This one is called More Tools for Benji. And then this one is probably related. Benji's Bag of Tools. And then I think these two are from the same series. This one is called Making Memories with the Grandpas. It says it is a Becky book. And then this one is called A Mountain for Becky. So we know from the title that it is a Becky book. So I picked these up. Now, there's a set of books right now that came in some donations or some trade-ins at the bookstore where I work that are also geared towards probably a middle grade reader. And I think I will probably go back and pick them up. I had never heard of them. I had never heard of these, but I did film a little bit of footage while I was getting ready to put them on the shelf whenever they came in, because I was afraid that if they got sold right away that I would forget about them, and that I might not ever have another chance to see them. So I will show you that footage, and you can let me know in the comments if you've ever heard of these books, or if you would be interested in reading them, if you could get your hands on them. I don't know. I haven't even looked to see if they are available online or anything. But let me go to that footage right now, and then I'll be back to show you what else I bought. Hey everybody, I'm at work at the bookstore, and I was putting away books and sorting through books that have arrived recently in the store. And since it's Amish in April, I thought I would show you these. Apparently this is a teen or middle grade series about Amish young people, and it's called Ellie's People, the series. It's by Mary Krishner Borntrager, and we've got 5 out of the 10. We have Ellie, Rachel, Daniel, Andy, and Polly. And I may end up buying these myself, especially if they sit around a while, if nobody buys them. They look really interesting, and you don't see a lot of Amish books for young people. I know that Beverly Lewis does have a few, and I've read some of those, but this is a series that's new to me, so I just thought I would share. Okay, so what did you think? Have you ever seen anything? I didn't know that there were Amish books geared towards younger people, but I'm really excited that there are. So this next set of books is by an author who is mostly known for her Amish books. In fact, I would consider her the matriarch of Amish books. But before she wrote Amish books, she wrote some children's books. And I have started a search for them. So I started searching at the bookstore where I work, and I found these two. Now, the series is called Holly's Heart, and I'm not sure what number these are. These are from 2 different editions. This is obviously a little bit older. This is California Christmas. Oh, and the author is Beverly Lewis. So this one is called No Guy's Part. And this looks like a little bit newer of an edition than this one. But then one day I came in and I saw this on display. And it is a collection of the Holly's Heart books. This is volume 1, and apparently there are 3 volumes. So I cross-checked these other 2, and I don't think these 2 are in collection 1. So I'm going to go ahead and hang on to these for now. But I would be happy to find more of the individual books, or to find the other 2 collections. And I'm really excited to read these. They are geared towards, I believe, a middle grade audience. Then she also has a series that is geared towards teens. The main character there is 14, and so it could easily be read by a middle school reader or a high school reader, either one. Those are called The Secrets of Summer Hill, I believe, something to that effect. But those are really good. I've read those. So I'm really looking forward to reading these as well. And then I've got one more book. This is a Christian author, I think from way back, and I have heard really good things about this author, and I have only ever tried reading one of the Elsie books, and I only read the first chapter in like a try a chapter tag one time, and I just never got back to it to read the rest of it. But I have a few of the Elsie books, but I don't have any of the other series by Martha Finley. So have y'all heard of Martha Finley? Do you know anything about her books? This one is book 3 in the Violet series. It's called Violet's Turning Point. And I just decided to go ahead and pick it up. I don't know anything about the time frame that it's written about or anything, but I know that they are faith-based books geared towards younger girls, and I would be excited to read them. So I decided to go ahead and pick that up. All right, so I think that is everything that I have picked up recently that I haven't already shown you that is for a younger reader. So stay tuned for future book hauls where I will show some romances that I have picked up, some nonfiction, even some westerns. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.